Hello, dear ascending rider. How are you doing? Sandra Thomas from your Glorious Ascension Journey Services here. How are you doing? So, this is the second episode of learning about codes from the soul purpose system. Today, I would like to tell you a little bit more about the principles that are supporting this soul purpose system and also about two codes, code number 4 and code number 5. Are you ready? Okay, so let's get started. Um, I would like to just remind you of the fact that these are 22 creation codes that are making up this sacred Hebrew language associated with creation, nothing more and nothing less than that. And it is also linked into numbers. It's based on numerology, gematria, and Hebrew and Aramaic esotericism and mysticism. So all of these creation codes linked to creation have a certain amount of qualities that they represent. So when they're mixed up and entered into the system, your name is entered into the system, and a beautiful pattern comes out with a certain distribution of numbers, the codes, which represent different qualities. That is why your birth name is so relevant, is so important to determine what sort of challenges, talents, goals, and the soul destiny at the core of your soul star, the six-pointed star of David, or maybe the triangle if it's a shorter name. And so you will have a clear roadmap of your life and also some sort of guide that will show you what to expect and where your soul is moving your human experience. So, one of the principles that supports this system is the fact that the soul already knows before birth into the human body what experiences it would like to go through for growth, for expansion of its awareness and wisdom. So the name will help, will contribute by the certain frequencies that it entails. It will help the soul to really experience those circumstances and learn something in this lifetime. So, what happens is that, of course, when we are born, those thoughts, that plan that was previously arranged with our guides and our future family members are forgotten. But that doesn't mean that there is no plan so that we can really guide ourselves along life. So, yes, there is a plan, there is a purpose for being on earth, and this is symbolically and numerologically expressed through your name and the codes. So what happens is that when we're born, we forget through the veil of amnesia, we forget about these things, but the plan is still there and is ready for us to connect with and find out what this is all about. So the soul chooses the name and then it passes on to the parents or whomever is in charge of having that name registered for you when you were born. And this is done telepathically, intuitively to the parents. And yes, it's there with all of this richness of content, of symbols and guidance in the soul star. Now, we are responsible for the life that we choose. We alone are actually responsible for our evolution. Nobody else can tell us what experiences are best for us. So we can actually not blame it on anybody, but maybe on our choices as we go along life, or maybe to karmic liabilities from the past. So, yeah, we are then in charge of choosing what challenges, what goals, what gifts, and also what relationships and themes will mark our lives on fire in many cases, right? They're sometimes very strong experiences that we have chosen to live as souls. So, yeah, it's also interesting to remember as another principle to the soul purpose system that we understand at soul level that we're all one, all creatures, all sons and daughters of God, we're all part of the same family, the family of humanity, which at a soul level comes from the same, let us say, soup, of creation. It's like we're all together. We know that we're part of a bigger whole, of a beautiful divine matrix, and that we are all playing a very important role, in the evolutionary process of opening of the consciousness into higher dimensional awareness. So the thing is that we choose to come to Earth to experience these tough lessons through the illusion of separation, duality, and polarity. The soul is already ascended, the soul is already wise, but it wants to experience all of these things in a physical body through emotions and relationships. So this is why we sometimes choose very dramatic experiences on Earth. So we all have a soul purpose. We all have some interest, particular focus in our lives, in our different lives, because we've been around Earth for eons of times, especially we galactics. We come from very ancient, civilizations. We've been everywhere in creation, and we've been on Earth for a very long time to support ascension, the ascension process that we're now going through, as you all know, surely. So yeah, it is therefore through our soul purpose that we can have our chart, a map of our lives, and understand where we're supposed to be going, because at the core of that soul blueprint, there is a very important creation code at the center of the six-pointed star that will show us our highest purpose. Yes, when we embody this purpose, we will be in alignment with more peace, with more abundance, doors that begin to open to success, because this is what we came here to do. So it may be feeling kind of far from what we expressed and what we intended when we were born, but as we slowly but surely align with that purpose, things begin to come on track and our lives begin to make more sense, bringing us that joy and abundance that we so long to experience. So let's go now to the creation codes, okay? Let's start then with creation code number 4. Creation code number 4, let me show you Ariella's card. Thank you, Ariella. This is from her deck. Divine abundance. So this is Daleth in the Hebrew alphabet. And this is one of my favorites, really. What this expresses is the energy of abundance, generosity, the radiance of love, the radiance of all those, the goodness of God within us, from our heart radiating out into the world. So one thing to note here is that this particular creation code represents a very interesting polarity theme. Remember that some creation codes represent themes, polarity themes, and this particular one represents the polarity theme of fertility and infertility, which means that we may experience moments of ups and downs, the flow, the ebb and the flow of abundance, and sometimes not feeling that abundance is coming so clearly. But yet when there is that radiance, this abundance coming in, it will help us to learn the lesson of trust. Trust in the cycles of nature, the cycles of life, in a way that is really very organic. We will begin to be more one with Mother Earth as we learn our lessons of trust. The other creation code number 5, looks like this, divine spirit. And in the Hebrew alphabet, it's Heh. Excuse me if I'm not pronouncing it correctly. So basically, this energy, this creation code is all about spirit. This very spiritual energy, and it represents someone who is very creative, very connected with spirit, very psychic, and who has a great gift of expression. It can be through the arts, through speech, it can be in writing. So this person is very spiritual and creative. So if you have either of these creation codes in your soul blueprint, in your soul star, this would be the talents and challenges if these are not expressed in their positive polarity. Because as we said, this world is a world of polarities, and we can express these codes either on the positive expression or the negative expression. So if you are one who has these creation codes in your soul star, in your chart, then these are the qualities that you would be expressing or maybe looking into transmuting into their positive expression so that you can shine all of these qualities in your everyday life. So I hope that this is helping you to give you more understanding and support your journey as you are here to ascend to the new earth that is here, just waiting for us to take the leap of faith. See you soon in our next episode of Learning About Codes. See you soon. Take care. Bye for now.